over there in high winds for a digital detox.
A very loud dentist.
Because it's week 4 of Grow Along Live. This is where our gardener Mark Lane's taking you from plant to plate and helping you harvest your own food in just 2 months.
Yeah, we're going to update on how the crops are doing in just a second. But you're not on your own today, are you, Mark? Because you're joined by Victoria Holden, who won the RHS and the One Show's Growing Together Award 2024. Victoria, it's been a very busy time since you won. What's it been like?
Oh, it's been absolutely incredible. And, you know, we've got an acre site, so we've really been packing in lots of different activity over the year.
So tell us more about your community garden, please.
Yeah, so we turned a derelict site over the last 3 years into a place for people and nature to thrive. So we have grown in the last year over a ton of food, and that equates to, I know, it's a lot for an acre, and that's about 12,715 meals worth, and that's been distributed to the community, so it's very much saved about £6,500 to, you know, especially in the cost of living crisis. It's been amazing. And then we also have lots of fun things to do. So everything from therapy goats to paddle sports.
Therapy goats?
Yes.
We all wish we were in Oldham.
Oh, well, we're not far away. You can
it's wonderful.
Oh, well done you. Now, getting involved and getting out in our own outdoor spaces is the goal of Grow Along Live. So, Mark, how are the crops doing?
Not great.
They'll be upset. You're meant to talk to the plants.
They are in there.
They're popping up. We do have basil. We've got the green popping up underneath the glass thing we had down there.
And these little guys are poking through.
We do have some.
Quite what's going on in Oldham at the moment.
I have been growing some at home just to make sure that we're always going to have some. So I've got some lovely spinach here that I've been growing at home. I probably will thin these out as well because they're a little bit too close. But there you go. And then hopefully,
But the thing is, though, it's because it's very windy and blowy and quite hostile up here on the balcony.
It is, and obviously it's about that watering regime, making sure that we keep it all moist at the same all the time, and maybe we're missing out a little bit every now and then. But
OK, we will. All right, we'll all do that.
Yeah.
OK, let's check in with some of you, our home growers. This is Valerie from South East London. She's a first-time grower. Look at that. She's planted all sorts, including lettuce, carrot, rocket onions and cress. I'll have that sandwich.
Setup.
Yes, thank you. Well
We've
done,
got another one here. This is Stephen from Whitehaven, who's been growing potatoes. Wow, look at this. Potatoes and peas in recycling boxes. No problem with the watering there.
A little bit different to ours.
Yeah.
We love you. You're perfect. There we go. Now, you're going to help us answer some questions, aren't you both? Thank you very much. OK, Sam in Leicester is the first one. Sam, thank you. Sam has asked, do you have any tips for growing a cherry tree from a cherry stone from an existing tree?
Yes, so sadly we wouldn't recommend growing from a pip because it's got 2 different parents and we don't know what that fruit's going to taste like. It's going to take about 7 years for that tree to grow big enough.
7?
7, so it's a long way and you might get a disappointment at the end because it might taste awful.
Oh no!
So what we would recommend instead is to plant a dwarfing, if you're going in a pot like this, plant a dwarfing rootstock, because you're dealing with 2 different trees, a rootstock that decides its size and it's bigger, and then the top is the fruit that you've decided you want. So this is a apple discovery. It's a beautiful red fruit, and this will be quite happy in a container, so you can do it in a small space. So we've soaked it in some water, and I'm just going to take that out. And I've dug a little hole in the compost, and this pot is plastic, and even though it's plastic and we want to use it responsibly, this will last for about 20 years, so it will last a long time, and it's also great for the keeping the moisture in, which is what you really need for trees. And then we just pop the soil.
Get your hands in.
Get the hands in, absolutely.
Love it.
Forget the trowel. Just make sure that you plant to where the roots meet the bottom of the trunk of the tree. And then if you pop some bark in there, it'll keep that moisture in and feed the soil as well.
Will you have to replant it if it gets a really big apple tree?
Well, this one is a dwarfing rootstock, so it'll
okay.
stay small.
Okay.
But it'll
So
still
this is suitable for a
fruit
container.
on it.
It'll have fruit on for years to come,
Yeah.
as long as you
fantastic.
look after it. Yeah.
Is that ours now?
That's
We're on the
yours.
balcony.
We have to look after it, though. We have to look after it. Mark, got a good one that's come in
Yes.
here. This is from Liz.
Yeah.
Said, we got this Venus flytrap last summer
Yeah.
and put it into hibernation in the colder months, but it's back out, but we're not sure what to do with it now. Do we repot it? That doesn't look like a typical
Does it?
Venus
I imagine it to have a...
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
snappy bits.
Yeah.
Well, people always forget that actually these come from bog environments and they are a perennial, so they will disappear over the winter time. So what we've got there is we've got that very long stem that comes up. That's actually a flowering stem. So we want to prune that right out. So prune it right down to the ground. I mean, I would say that you're probably okay with the soil. It might need ericaceous soil or acidic
You want
soil.
to-
What's that?
Ericaceous.
What's
So
ericaceous?
it's high in acidity, and that's
Okay.
exactly the type
Okay.
of soil that they need. And then, it's about sort of caring for them and making sure that they're going to grow happily. But there are a few growing tips that you need to do because they are a little bit pernickety, even though they're great for kids because it gets them involved. But yeah, a few growing tips. So the first thing you need to do is when it comes to watering, don't use tap water. Ideally, use rainwater or distilled water. But rainwater, obviously, it's free from your water, but use it. It's brilliant. Also, and great to see what Liz did, she had a little tray underneath which had about 1 centimetre of water in there. Always water it from the bottom, but you need to keep that soil moist at all time. So really, just keep topping it up to make sure you've got that water. Also, try not to go in there and try activating those little
You'd want
traps.
to do it all the time.
I know you would, but unfortunately,
Why
that's a
not?
lot of energy for the plant to close up, especially if there's nothing, there's no reward for them afterwards, and that could sort of tire the plant out. And then finally, they will die off, those traps, so they'll turn black. All you need to do is pull them out with your fingers or get some scissors and cut them low
I mean,
down.
they do look incredible, though, when
They
they're
are.
in action, don't they, as
They
a
do.
plant, what they do.
Look at
See
this.
one here. Oh. Okay. I'm sure it was
got a
fine.
reward.
Yeah,
He's
but they're
got a
just
reward.
Yeah, incredible
Yeah.
to see them working like that.
Now, Victoria, you must get a lot of wildlife in your community garden in Oldham. So can you help Sanu? Sanu has sent this beautiful picture. She said, I saw an insect in my garden. Do you know what it is? I have to say, it really is very beautiful.
It is. So this is a dragonfly. It's called a scarce chaser. And the female is this colouring, but the male is blue with a black body and blue eyes. So this is the female of the species.
It's stunning.
It's like a piece of
beautiful.
jewellery.
Doesn't look real. Right, Mark.
Yes.
We're going to now ask you probably the question you get asked more than anything else in our inbox. We certainly get this. You get text this all the time. Is this plant dead?
Yep.
So we're going to ask you some now. But first, we've got Margaret here. This is her friend's plant. Mark?
Yep.
Is this dead? Or can it be brought back?
It's a ficus. It's in that terracotta pot. First of all, look for the drainage. Make sure there's drainage holes. Give it a water. Keep it moist, and fingers crossed that will come back.
OK,
Yeah.
next, Karen.
Yeah.
Can the peace lily be revived?
Yeah, so I had a close look at this. There's quite a bit of detritus on the soil, so take all of that out. I would probably refresh it with some new soil as well. Give it a good water, let all that water drain away, and then again, put it in a nice bright spot, and fingers crossed it will come back.
Both nodding away at that one, aren't you? Yeah, we go for that one. Frank in Belfast sent us this. Guys,
dear.
This, is this dead or salvageable? This one doesn't look that healthy, I have to say.
So
What
this
do we
is
think?
this is a dracana or a dragon tree. Those dead leaves, they're not going to come back, so take them off completely. Where it sort of goes out as the Y shape, you can cut those right back to about sort of 2 or 3 centimetres from there, or even more drastically, go right back down the main stem and cut about 15 centimetres from the soil level, and it will then shoot from the bottom or from the top.
Victoria, do you concur?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's salvageable. You
Exactly.
can sort it out.
Exactly.
OK, this is Janet Rosebush. She said her children gave it to her when her father passed away. So it's very loved, and it flowered beautifully last year. Can it be revived?
Yeah, I had a close look at this one. There are some little buds, but there are some dead tips. So prune out those dead tips. I would probably just take out the top 10 centimetres of that compost, add some lovely fresh compost, and then feed it with a really high potassium feed, because potassium is what you want for flowers.
It's lovely that can be revived.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, Victoria, before we let you go. What about a tree? How can we tell if that is alive or dead?
Yeah, so it's really simple. Just scrape off a little bit of the bark to reveal the cambium layer, which is the green bit underneath. If it's still green, it's alive. If it's brown, I'm sorry, it's dead. Give up on it, get a new one. And to make sure yours doesn't die, here's a little care label.
Oh,
so
thank you very
make sure
much.
you look after it.
I will do.
Thank you
Just
very much.
Scratch the tree with your nail, not with a circular saw, like we can probably hear
Yes.
in your ears at the moment. Very, very loud.
They
Sorry
know
about the
we're on
noise.
live television. It always happens. Victoria, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
both.
I'm
Welcome.
And if you've been inspired by Victoria or Mark, then there's still time to enter this year's RHS and the One Show's Growing Together Award.
Brilliant. So let me break it down for all of you. Are we ready? So our
Do it.
first move is our arms.
the layer up.
We're going to take it across our chest and bring it back over the head. So that's across and over the head. You can add the tapping of your foot behind, over, tap behind.
So people who are seated.
As you
just
sit it,
arms.
we're just using our arms. Nice and beautiful. Now, Victoria, really keen. She's front row. Moving on to our tango legs. Now, if you're sitting down, you're going to use your tango frame and tango faces. Everybody, please. Now, nice and confidently, walk with your heel and tap that foot together. Take it back and tap it together.
Thanks through,
That's
Marsha.
looking
Don't worry, don't be
good.
shy.
Now, our last move is the windmill arms, okay? So pretending to swim. Now, if you can, you want to reach for that toe, the opposite toe, and
Okay.
keep swimming.
Are we ready, Catches?
We
We do
are
it?
absolutely
Let's do
ready.
it then. Take it away, Alan.
With a fun
Come on in, team.
Friday
Let's put it all
workout.
Let's
together.
go, everyone.
It's Catchy
Party
and Jones.
time. Get your arms ready. Here we go. Cross and tap. And over and tap. And cross and tap. And over.
Okay.
Good. Tango frame. Face it. Here we go. And step. Tap it. Good. Back. One more for me. That's my dad's favorite song.
And the
I love
last
it.
one.
And the windmill arms. Here we go. Windmill. You can tap if you feel confident. Here we go. Woo! Friday party in full
Oh,
swing.
fantastic, Catcher. Thank you, I'm afraid. That's all we got time for today. Gethin and Michelle are going to be back on Monday.